Do you carry a bunch of everyday carry stuff that needs to be organized? Because I sure do. So let's take a look at some great bags to organize all of this everyday carry stuff. So we're gonna start out with the aptly named EDC Organizer Pouch. This is one of our first kind of like dedicated EDC pouches in the lineup. And it was really designed to kind of work no matter if you've got it in your bag, your truck door, the console, or even just like open on your desk. Up front, you got a couple of laser cut slots that you can slide pins, tools, what have you. And you know us, we like to have a nice Velcro filled so you can throw some cool patches on there or ID panels, what have you. Before we dive into the pouch, on the back, there's this extra pocket. So without having to open it up, you can access flat stuff. Like this hard drive is super handy, some pocket notebooks, throw a little cash in there, whatever you need. This thing opens up like a book, and that allows you to really see everything that's inside. And you've got Velcro on both sides, so it accepts all kinds of our EDC organization accessories. I've got a 2-tier 6-inch keeper here, the original 6-inch keeper over here. That's kind of self-explanatory, but a closer look, you see you've got one row of webbing here that's 1 inch, and then behind that is a 2-inch. You can double stack tools or just kind of wrangle lanyards, pocket clips, whatever you need to with more organization. This one's great for holding a wide range of stuff. You just have 3 2-inch slots, so you can double stack some tools or put bigger stuff in there with no problem. And then before we hop over to the next pouch, kind of a cool feature of this bag is that you've got these loops here, so you can still slide like a flashlight or even a larger pocket knife there. But I've even used this for a carabiner to clip it off of seat back panels, inside a loop, inside of a backpack, so it doesn't just, head straight to the bottom. And it's a great optional way that you can organize or utilize this pouch. Maybe this pouch is a little too small for what you carry and you want some more space. Let's take a look at the pouch that's great for that. So the EDC Organizer XL is the larger version. It's got a lot of similar features, but a few things that are different. For one, you may notice that these slots are not open on the bottom. We thought this was probably big enough you wouldn't be carrying anything that would need to go like all the way through. And then on the back, these are integrated MOLLE straps, so you don't have to use them. It's still a great tech pouch. But if you've got like a backpack, MOLLE panel, wherever that you want to put this, it's super easy to snap these in. This guy also opens like a book. This is actually Logan's personal EDC XL. As you can see, he's got lots of cables, earbuds, adapters. This is actually one of our radio pouches that he uses to carry hard drives, and a couple of other like small pouches that are all Velcro compatible in here. Now the liner on this is featuring something a little bit different than the original EDC organizer. This is our Veltex. It's a low nap but very grippy Velcro material, so you can mount stuff wherever you want it. It's gonna stay nice and secure. So Logan actually has this kind of organized with everything oriented this direction, utilizing those 6-inch keepers that we looked at earlier. But you've got some options here that you can actually stack things in this way using our 8-inch keeper. So let's check that out real quick. So now as you can see, you got this side is oriented on the 8-inch. This is still using those 6-inch EDC options. It's a great way to really dial in for what you need to carry, and it's really easy to swap out. So if you've got one pouch for different purposes, it just takes a couple minutes. Now let's go from these EDC Organizer pouches to some classics in our lineup. So this is kind of where our dive into EDC started. This is the OG bum bag. Matter of fact, I think this was the second color that we released. It's a super simple, arguably kind of the smallest possible, still useful sling bag, waist pack, fanny pack, what have you. But a lot of people love these because it allows you to carry the essentials in a really small package. So you got a strap here that's great for waist, but as you can see, it's doubled up with this 3-wire slider, so you can rock this as a sling. You got a double zipper up top. Inside, high-vis material and Velcro fills. So I've got 2 of our 6-inch keepers in there, and a lot of the same things I had in the EDC pouch. Knipex, lighter, a couple of micro screwdrivers, fire starter flashlight, spork, and then I'm actually tucking in one of our EDC pockets for flat things like extra SD cards behind that keeper. Super useful because you can kind of tuck this wherever you need it and carry those essentials with you throughout the day. All right, now moving up to one of my favorite bags in our EDC lineup, the Bum Bag XL. I think it's super useful for a lot of reasons, but the big one is for me, this kind of works for a lot of different purposes just based on size. No matter if I'm out fly fishing, a quick hike, carrying around some camera stuff for the day, or actually use one of these as like my EDC organizer pouch in my ruck. That way if I need to drop the computer in the backpack, I've still got everything else in one pouch. It's easy to carry. So it very much is just like a blown up version of that bum bag. You've got an extra set of laser cut MOLLE up front, a place for patches, and on the back, going back to our EDC organizer pouch, this flat pocket is great for like a pocket notebook, other objects that are easy to access without getting to the main bag. On the inside, Velcro liner, and I've got an 8-inch keeper back here with some essentials, but let me show you how I use a couple more of our EDC accessories to kind of like further my organization and capability with this bag. So here's that EDC pocket that I told you about earlier, and here is another 8-inch keeper. All right, so I'm just gonna stick this guy back here. It's got 2 different pockets. One is perfect for smaller objects. We've actually had some people tell us like an AirTag fits in there really well and you can kind of hide it. This one's great for SD cards or business cards or other flat objects, but it doesn't really make everything any thicker. So when you've got this Bum Bag XL, just drop it in here. And literally another layer of organization inside this bag. Now, we make all these bags in a couple of different materials and a bunch of different colors. This is actually one of our X-Pack and Cayenne. We've got some more like drab, stealthy colors. Almost all this stuff comes in some version of black. So you've really got a pouch to meet your style. I actually use a couple of these for different purposes. So like I've got a dedicated one for fishing. I've got a dedicated one for a tech pouch. But it's nice to know that if I needed to, I could press any of those into service, no matter if I'm hitting the trail, heading to work, heading out on a road trip, and just want to keep all those electronic essentials organized, whatever I need. Like all of our products, our EDC lineup is made right here in Virginia in this very building, where it's shipped from and all that good stuff, and it's backed by our lifetime warranty. You can find this and a bunch more great gear at BlueRidgeOverlandGear.com.